I've lived in Reno for almost 40 years, and with the exception of one concert that was held back there in the now redeveloped foyer 25 years ago, I really have never set foot in the National Bowling Stadium. And chances are, unless you're a tournament bowler yourself, you haven't either. So stay with me as we get a one-on-one tour of the National Bowling Stadium with its executive director here on the Reno You Know. The National Bowling Stadium in downtown Reno is the only facility like it in the world, and as of the date of this filming, it's celebrating 30 years in existence. The idea to create a major destination for the sport here was first floated in the 1970s, and in the early 1990s, several people were involved in the conceptualization of what this building needed to be. And it finally opened in 1995 as part of a broad effort to bring competitive bowlers to the area and to leverage their economic impact on the area. Back then, more than 30 years ago, it was recognized that as gaming would start to proliferate throughout the country outside of Nevada, our area would need to diversify in order to keep attracting folks to our fair city. This 360,000 square foot building with 78 lanes was constructed as a dedicated tournament house, so it is set up quite differently than your neighborhood bowling alley, and management here is moving in a direction to have the public more involved, including special events that everyone can attend. It also serves as a filming location for bowling scenes in movies and on TV, most notably for the movie Kingpin, starring Bill Murray, Woody Harrelson, and Randy Quaid.
He needs 3 consecutive strikes to win it all.
I need you now, more than ever I need you.
The architect for the project was Peter Wildey. You might recognize his work on the Peppermill Hotel Casino and the Atlantis here in Reno, the Nugget, and the Legends Bay Casino in Sparks, and many other projects locally and around the world. The city acquired the property itself using redevelopment funds, and the cost of the construction itself was paid for by a room tax that was authorized by the Nevada legislature in 1991. So essentially tourists paid for the more than $40 million that it cost to construct this building, and not the local taxpayers. And one of the most defining features of this building is that 80-foot geodesic dome that sits on the front, which was designed to resemble a bowling ball. And I had no idea that that was actually a functional space for the building. So a little later, we are going to go inside the giant bowling ball. All right, we are here in the lobby of this is the lobby of the National Bowling Stadium here in Reno, and I'm here with Chad Peters, who is the director of the...
I'm the director of operations for the National Bowling Stadium.
Okay.
And then I'm also the executive director of all the venues for the RSCDA.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You're a busy guy.
Yeah, stay pretty busy.
Excellent. I remember when the National Bowling Stadium opened 30 years ago.
30
Was
years
that
ago,
1995?
yeah. Yes.
Oh my
we
gosh.
just had our 30-year anniversary, and everything's going really well. We're very busy and thriving in Reno.
Excellent. And just speaking for just myself, but probably for other members of the community, I have really never been in this building.
Oh.
And, with the exception of one concert I saw in the lobby 25 years ago, I've never seen the lanes. And
Yeah.
I understand they film movies and TV shows inside here. And,
Yeah, so-
wow, I'm just really excited to see the interior of the National Bowling Stadium, which we kind of take for granted here locally. I mean, we know it's here, but we don't always get to see inside.
Yeah, so this is it's a tournament house, and you know, there's only one National Bowling Stadium in the world, and it's us. in Reno, Nevada.
This is unique in the world, isn't it?
This is it, yeah. We're the LA Times called us when we opened the Taj Mahal of 10 pins.
Okay.
In the last year, we've hosted 7 of probably the top 10 overall bowling tournaments in the industry.
Okay, wow.
You know, so a very prestigious place. Very a lot of pro bowlers have made their path through here.
Okay.
A lot of pro bowlers have started here. A lot of pro bowlers have ended their careers here.
And how many people does this facility bring to Reno every year, would you say?
So we host the men's or the Open Championship and the Women's Championship for USBC. And any year we host a USBC Open Championship or USBC Women's Championship, it's anywhere from 15 to 20,000 bowlers. And then we have an Open Championship. It's anywhere from 50 to 60,000 bowlers. And what that is we'll have 800 to 1,000 bowlers come in every day. So we're going to host the 2026 Open Championship starting in March. And we're going to have 55,000 bowlers go through here in 120 days.
Oh, my word.
So for 120 days, we are open from 7 a.m., actually 5 a.m., till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning the next day.
Oh my gosh.
And then we have a couple hours to shut her down, and then we open back up and we go again. And we do that every day for 120 days.
That's amazing. And
Yeah.
that's just great for Reno because all those folks need a place to stay, right?
Oh yeah, well, and the economic impact to Reno and the county and the community is in the 80 to 90 million dollar range.
Right.
So obviously when we get those big tournaments, those are the tournaments that we really, bowling's our number one tourist.
Yeah.
In the city, and and when we get them, it's a huge deal for us. It's crazy to me because I could have 1,000 bowlers up here, and no one in town would even know it because the building is so secure and downtown. It has its own sustained parking garage. There's no flash about it, right?
Yeah,
It's just a big building downtown, but. If you go to the airport, you can see that bowlers are in town. If you go to the casinos, you can see that the bowlers are in town. You go to some of the restaurants and the local businesses, you can see the bowlers are in town when they're here. And it's just something the community has done a really good job of reaching out and making sure that we take care of those individuals when they are here, but that we love having them back all the time.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see this building, and let's go take a peek.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
All right, so we're here in the foyer at the National Bowling Stadium, and this is the Kingpin Club, which is right off the front door.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that?
Well, so the movie Kingpin was filmed here.
Yeah.
And when it was filmed here, we decided to dedicate this space to the movie by calling it the Kingpin Club. And then it's sponsored by Brunswick because Brunswick is one of the leaders in bowling industry and product manufacturers. So basically this space is it's kind of like our nightclub of bowling. It's our place where as a corporate partner or a corporate entity in town, you could come here and do an icebreaker, you could do a team building, you could do you could come here and just have a celebration and get away, and holiday parties. In December we're booked nonstop with holiday parties.
Nice, right?
Yeah,
This
10
facility
lanes. Here? We have 10 lanes. We have our own bar, buffet area.
Oh my gosh, so there's a separate bowling situation in here.
Yeah, so we have 10 lanes down here. Lanes 79 through 88 are downstairs here. And you have your own restrooms. We have our tribute to Kingpin.
Oh,
it's
there
the
it is.
poster
Okay.
from the movie.
I'm going to have to rewatch that after I make this video.
Yeah.
Oh, how cool is this?
No, it's a very cool space. And so the cool thing about it is, you can come here up to 100 people, give or take, and you can bowl. We have cosmic lights. You can see all the speakers and the cosmic disco lights and everything on the walls.
Yeah.
So this dims down. We have black lights in here, so it turns into your own little private dance club, nightclub, party area.
Well, you do get extra points for the cool historic photographs on the walls.
They're very cool, huh?
Yeah, I see the name Harold's Club over there, the old Reno arches, and scenes of old downtown. So great scene setters.
Well, we have over the lanes, we have the biggest little city in the world, and just, you know, kind of a backdrop of downtown Reno, and it's just we try to incorporate, as we should, right? Reno, Tahoe. Everything we do is, you know, pushes everything back to why do you want to come back to Reno, right? It's not just the bowling stadium or the Truckee River or, you know, the other things that bring you here. It's everything in the area and all the different aspects that we have that can bring tourism here and everything. And we know that this building for the last 30 years has been a huge piece of that.
Yeah.
I mean, with bowling and everything else that this building creates, it's brought more eyes to the community than anything. So we try to really make sure when those eyes are in here that everything is extremely clean, and we have some nostalgic things that we can kind of put up and point out to that we're proud of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So this here
It says under construction.
Yeah, so this here is going to be our neon museum.
Yes.
We have leased out, we went out to RFP and we've leased out this space. It's under construction right now to get done hopefully by the 1st of January.
Oh man.
And they're going to put a neon museum in here, and kind of just a little something extra to have in the building and downtown in case people are wandering around. And even as you and I have been walking around, people come and bang on the doors and try to get in. And, you know,
So will the neon museum portion just be open to the public, or how's that work?
well, he's gonna charge attendance.
Okay.
And he'll have hours.
Will Durham's a friend of mine, and wait till you see this neon all put together in one space, guys. It's going to be really cool. And I talked to Will already. Perhaps we're even going to do a video on that museum when it opens up. So stay tuned for that.
Well, I made a deal with I was trying to make a deal for all the signage from Harold's Club and Nevada Club, because they were owned by the same people. The demolition companies controlled both. And so, you know, I could make any sort of appeal for the historical significance, but the demolition people, it just doesn't matter to them. It's about the price of the scrap metal. And I know that, you know, these letters, they look at them by the pound, and so I'm competing with, you know, 1,200 pounds of scrap metal. And so I was able to make a deal for all the signage on Harold's Club that was left and Nevada Club. And so, but before I had to do that, the city of Reno, you know, in order to have the cranes, I needed to shut down Virginia Street. And so I was like, you can shut down the main street in Reno and the main section of downtown, but I was able to do that, you know, legally with the permits. And so, but it was just really scary because we had, you know, whenever you have the cranes there, it's you know, it's expensive. You don't know what kind of issues you're going to run into, and the demolition people wanted us out of there, you know, because they're setting charges. And so
What was the actual impetus for the decision to make a bowling stadium? Was it one guy's idea, or was it a committee?
Oh
or the
no,
city,
it was so many people. You know, back in the day there was, and I don't know the names, so I'm not going to mention any of them. I know a couple, but you know, it was the mayor at the time. It was city council. It was it wasn't USBC back then, the United States Bowling Congress. It was ABC and WIBC, which is the women's side.
Okay.
Before they merged into USBC, and everyone just coming together and saying, hey, like, listen, this is something that we as a community want to do, and how do we do it, and how do we build something that doesn't destroy bowling for the locals downtown, right? The local bowling centers, because we didn't want to put anyone out of business.
Sure.
But we also wanted to create a space that was this very unique building, this unique thing that everyone could hang their hat on to bring tourism and things to Reno. And bowling just happened to be one of those huge industries that was looking for a place to land, and Reno happened to be where it landed. So
Oh my
this
gosh.
is our 78 lanes.
Holy
This is our
I've never seen this. That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Now, I understand when it was built, there were 80 lanes, but they had to switch out 2 of them in the middle. So now there's 78?
Yeah, so they decided when we built it, they decided that it'd be cool if we did this thing we call it a march out. And so we have so many spaces here that when we take the bowlers, after we register them and we take them to the back and we talk to them about the rules, the regulations, everything, we actually will bring them out and march them out through the front and then they'll go to their lanes, and then we'll do the national anthem, and then they practice, and then they bowl.
Nice.
So it's called a march out, and we kind of started it here, and it's a cool deal. And you know, if you've ever been here when one's going on, like we just had an international tournament here, and we had 37 countries here, so we had 37 different flags.
Oh my gosh.
Up there, and all the countries sat and stood in front of their flag when we had our opening ceremonies. So it's very it's a very Olympic-like.
Yeah.
It's like an Olympic venue, right? It's built specifically for bowling and the mecca of bowling, right?
Yeah,
we want the
sure.
biggest and the best. We have a lot of TV events here that are on television. We just had the World Series of Bowling was just last year at the beginning of the year in 25, and that was a month-long event that was hosted here. We hosted 7 events on television. I think 6 were on FS1 and 1 was on Fox. So
wow.
yeah, so live TV, live bowling. I mean, we've done it all, and for us, it's plug and play, right? We can just. The TV crews come here, we know what lanes they use, we set it up, we have power for them, we have the lights, we have the ceilings. You know, this is a 40-foot ceiling in here.
It is.
And you know, we're 450 feet from wall to wall, and we're 40 feet high. It's not your typical mom and dad bowling stadium, bowling center.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, Chad, being surrounded by all this bowling environment, I was reminded of something I couldn't figure out recently. And that's the word strike. Strike, the word strike. I think strike has an identity crisis. Because if you think about it, bowling, you get a strike, that's good.
Yeah.
Baseball, you get a strike, that's bad.
Yeah.
You get 3 of them, you're out.
Yeah.
If you're a minor and you strike it rich,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
But if you're in a union, like a labor union, like the culinary union, and they go on strike, that's bad.
That's bad.
If you're fishing and you get a strike on your line,
That's good.
that's good. You might have a fish.
Yeah.
But if there's a big storm, like thunder and lightning, and there's a lightning strike, that's bad.
Right.
And then you've got the classic missile strike. That's good and bad. It's good for one side, but really bad for the other.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. I think strike needs to go see a shrink. I understand when this was built 30 years ago, this was state of the art. The video screens up here, the scoring system is it?
We have LED. You know, we have high definition projector screens.
Okay.
Because we do everything by rear projection from the back.
Okay.
You know, so it's not an LED wall.
Okay.
But it's our video wall, and it's very high definition, and it's very, you know, John Morris runs it from his little booth in the sky up there. And,
okay.
And he was here when the building was built.
Oh my gosh.
So no one has more institutional knowledge of this building than that man.
Oh, that is very
and
cool.
so to have him working here is just, it's you know, it's ideal for me, because if I have a question and
You
I
rely
want
on
to,
him.
I rely on him. So
Nice.
but yeah, it's very, and he can do anything on this wall. If I asked him to throw up our picture or whatever, and then when we do our march outs and everything, he projects it up to the big screen. You know, there's a video camera right there, and he turns on all the spotlights and the lights and the pomp and circumstance.
Right.
And you know, we try to keep the integrity of what we did 30 years ago the same, but also keep it up with technology.
Very cool. And oh my gosh, all the mechanics.
Yeah, the mechanics and the machines, and this is and we have this purposely with glass here, so when people are going by, they can see when the machines are running, they can see how it works. And
oh my gosh.
And as you can tell, I mean, I'm extremely proud of our mechanics, because as you can tell, look how clean. I mean, you could eat off the top of these machines. They're so clean. Right? I mean, these are as clean as the machines you will ever see anywhere. I grew up in a bowling center, and it didn't look like this.
Boy, so there's you need 78 separate systems, right?
Yeah, 78 individual machines.
What kind of a staff do you have to maintain this?
So we have 4 full-time mechanics, and then John is kind of the supervisor of all of them, and has been here, and he's the one that kind of ties the scoring and the IT piece of it to the mechanical piece of it.
Wow.
And then, you know, we have a troubleshooting system, which is these TV screens on the walls that have the time on them.
Okay.
So when the machine breaks down, the red light goes off on the top of the machine, and we have 4 mechanics. If all lanes are going, we usually have at least 3 to 4 mechanics back here. And frames per game you're broke down is a big deal in the bowling industry.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, so these guys take a lot of pride. Our frames per breakdown are minimal.
Nice.
So you think about it from a tournament standpoint, you know, I would put our mechanics against anyone in the countries. I mean, we have guys that know what they're doing, and they've been here a long time.
Perfect.
They're very good at what they do.
And I imagine during a busy tournament, this is pretty loud.
Yeah,
Can it be?
is. Yeah, it can be. And these machines aren't near as loud as some can be, but I mean, it's just, to me, what's so unique about this building, what's so cool is, I mean, just everything's so precise and immaculate, and, you know, like, you know, you could run a ruler, a straight line off all this stuff, which is the way it should be, right? But
right,
it's
yeah.
You think about the depth of how much there is here, and how they got it so perfect is just,
That's
very
nice.
cool. This is an area where USBC can have live action photos where the bowlers can actually get up there with their equipment. They set up cameras down here, and they can bowl into these stub lanes, so they get the action photo coming at them, because you can't do that out there.
No, right, yeah.
No, but from back here you can do that. So just
That's pretty cool.
opportunity for the bowlers when they come here for a national tournament to be able to utilize that.
Right.
This is, we'll set up props in here for team photo op areas where the teams can all stand with their bowling balls, and
or a selfie station.
be a selfie station, yeah. We have our restrooms back here, and then this is our area. We'll set this up for about 300 or so bowlers.
Oh my gosh.
And then we'll come back here, and this is our prep area where the bowlers can come back, and we'll tell them the rules, any information we want to give them, make sure they're dressed appropriately. There's brackets. They can do side pots and brackets back here, where that's where they make a little extra money. They can buy those back here, and just kind of a place for us to gather them all before we march them out.
Okay.
Before they bowl,
Nice.
so before their squad.
That's cool.
So
wow.
yeah, just a very, very well thought out plan of, if we're going to host these big tournaments, we got to have all these things. You know, you got to have a space for the bowlers. You got to have a space for photography. You got to have a space for brackets. You got to have a space for registration. And you know, if you do a lap of this place, if you went down this hallway and all the way around, it's a third of a mile. So 3 laps is a mile. So it's just kind of put that in perspective. It's bigger than a track or a football field.
Wow, yeah.
So here we're going into our pro shop.
The pro shop, all right.
Legendary Bowling Services. So Keith Boyd is our proprietor of this, and we just inserted this at the beginning of this year. We have a space where people can get some NBS memorabilia. You can get bowling balls. You can get any of your equipment in case you travel here for a tournament and you don't have something. Now you don't have to panic and worry about what you don't have. He can take care of you while you're here. So this is our. So this is an overflow space that we've kind of used where we can put tables and chairs. When the big tournament's here, there's merchandise and stuff here. But for some of the bigger tournaments, we use this for ball storage. But this is our stadium club. So our stadium club was put in kind of as a staff hangout area when the building was built. And it's the best way to explain it is like a speakeasy.
Oh, I love it.
So you have this grand entrance, right? And it's kind of tucked over here where you don't even know where it's at. And it's kind of behind like a janitor's closet and a wall.
Oh my gosh.
And then you come in here and you have all of this.
Oh, this is my favorite room so far. Oh my gosh, look at this.
So the bar is a Brunswick bar. So Brunswick, which also makes the bowling machines, does pool tables and bars and different things back in the day.
Oh, geez.
So this bar was from Chicago in the 1890s.
Really?
And they took it apart and they brought it here and they put it in the building.
Holy cannoli, that's amazing.
So that middle mirror goes up and down, and there's a TV behind it. But at night,
and you've got a great view of.
We have a great view of downtown. Of the Caesars, and
I had no idea this room was here. This
the
is
tri properties known as the Row.
Oh my gosh, how cool! What a great view.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Jeez Louise.
You ought to see it at night. It's even
I bet
way more spectacular. It's a space for about 60 to 75 people, and then we have the overflow space out there where we can do a couple hundred more.
Nice.
So it's just kind of a great overflow area, and this hasn't blown up yet, but I have a feeling this is really going to turn into a space that people start renting out a lot more.
Absolutely. And on that subject, this facility and parts of the facility can be rented out for not only bowling situations, but special events.
Oh, anything, yeah. We had a retirement party in here a couple nights ago. We had just a reception in here from like an after hours chamber mixer type stuff, just kind of things like that.
Okay.
That people can come here. The cool thing is we have the parking garage.
Right.
You can park outside, walk in, you come upstairs, you come in here, you got bathrooms right outside, you got a bar, food, great atmosphere.
Weddings, reunions, corporate events,
Yeah,
all
anything,
that good stuff.
anything, yeah.
Nice. And so people would just go to the website and contact
Yeah, so
one
we
of
would
the-
just go to the renotahoe.com, and you can look up our venues, and our teams, our venue sales team does a really good job of getting back to you right away and just tell you the prices and what we have to offer and go from there. We do host public events once a month.
Okay.
We started doing that because we're trying to get people in the building that have never been in the building before. But we're also very careful about that, right? That's why we only offer once a month, is because we are a tournament house, and
Sure.
we weren't intended for open bowling, but we want to give back to the local fundraisers and people in our community that are trying to raise money for good causes. And so our organization has decided that it's something that they would like to do to give back and provide this wonderful space back to the community to utilize once a month. We have a lot to offer here, not just in this building, but in the area and the community. And we're trying to get more and more people to understand we're not just a tournament bowling house. We have Kingpin downstairs, we have the Stadium Club, we have the theater and the Dome. I mean, those are spaces you can rent.
Wait, are you saying there's a theater in the dome on top of the building?
Yeah, the dome that's on top of the building is a 177 seat theater.
What?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Let's check that out.
Yeah.
All right, so there is a theater inside the big dome on top of the building.
Yeah, so we're on the 5th floor of the building, and as you come in, we have restrooms, a little concession stand area, and then the theater, the dome on the building is a 177 seat theater. So
I can't
this
wait.
This
Can't
is
wait
it.
to see this.
Yeah.
Right.
So we just when this building opened, we decided that they were going to put an IMAX in here. So one of the original IMAX theaters was in here, and now because we ran like Under the Sea and Ancient Rome and all those like old.
Oh my gosh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, they ran those for a while just for people to come in and watch.
Look at this.
But this is it.
Oh my gosh, there's a theater inside that dome. Now that dome was designed to look like a bowling ball. Am I right on that?
Yeah. It was supposed to look like a bowling ball. And
Oh my gosh. And so how many folks will this seat?
177. It's 170 seats, and then there's seats for 7 handicapped in the front.
Oh my gosh. And this is rentable as well to the
Yeah,
to
this
the
is a
community?
rentable space. So we use this quite a bit. We've had retreats here, corporate retreats where
Okay.
people can come in. We've had where we've had 150 parents come in for like a soccer league parent meeting. Very affordable space. We know we can't run it like a theater,
Right.
because we're not licensed for that, but we can rent the space and let you use it for PowerPoint, display. We had people rent it out for a birthday party where they rented it out and they watched a movie in here for 28 screaming little 7-year-old girls, and they had a blast. So
Oh, I can imagine.
yeah, get their own popcorn. We have a popcorn and drink package that they can get, and they can rent the space, and they can do whatever they want up here. So
And this is called the Theater in the Dome. Is
the
that
theater
how
in the dome is what we call it, and it's we're very, very proud of it. It's a Dolby surround sound.
Is it?
I mean, that's a good 40-foot screen. The sound, like, it'll vibrate against you. It's just
Really?
Yeah, it was built for an IMAX theater, so I mean, it's acoustically, it's amazing.
Oh my gosh! And do you have a digital projector that?
Yeah, so we have a very advanced digital projector that shoots everything up there for us, and so we can either go to PowerPoint mode and presentation mode, or we can go to theater mode. So
How cool is that?
yeah, and the seat's the original from 30 years ago, and they're practically brand new. They haven't been used very much. So all we did was clean it up and knock some of the dust off. And
Nice. Well, it's great to know that this is available.
Yeah.
I mean, that's such a unique angle. Hey, you know where we had this party or meeting? In the dome of the bowling stadium.
yeah, yeah, it's a very cool space.
All right, so this is what we're going to see is the Bowling Ball Express, Chad.
Yeah,
What is the Bowling Ball Express?
So this is unique to this building, you know, and it's actually unique to USBC, United States Bowling Congress. When they have the big Open Championship or the Women's Championship, they have a spot on their website where the bowlers that are bowling in their tournament can get on there and say, hey, I want to ship X amount of packages from Chicago to Reno. I'm bowling on these dates. They can ship them from their end. They all go to here. And then as a bowler, I can walk up and say, hey, I'm Chad Peters. I'm here to get my bowling equipment. You grab your equipment, you go upstairs, you bowl. When you're all done, you bring it back here. You do the same thing. You say, hey, ship it back to Chicago for me. And it's a done deal. So
That's amazing.
USBC's done a really good job of taking care of the bowler and the bowler experience. So as you've noticed in everything we do in the building, when we built the building, we built it specifically with spaces that take care of the bowler experience when they're here for a big tournament. So
Cool.
there's really not one thing that we forgot or don't do already or have the capabilities of doing. So.
Well, you're doing a great job, and
Thank you.
I'm glad that you were able to share this with my audience and the community.
Yeah,
So
no.
thanks again,
Thank
Chad.
you.
I appreciate your
Yeah,
time.
you bet. Thank you for doing this. We really appreciate it. And it's a nice opportunity for us to show it off because it's not open all the time, but when it is open, we encourage everybody to come down. And if you're a bowling fan, you'll never be at a better venue. If you're not a bowling fan, there's still many different spaces in the building that you could utilize or take advantage of. And it's just a great space. Come check it out.
Perfect. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you.
All right. Wasn't that fun taking a walk through the National Bowling Stadium? I've been looking forward to doing that, and I'm glad it became a reality. And we are finishing off this episode at Black Rabbit Mead Company, which is just a stone's throw from the National Bowling Stadium. I thought I'd try a little different venue, a place that makes mead. If you're not familiar with mead, it's essentially, in a nutshell, honey dissolved in water and fermented. But this is not a mead that I'm having today because they also serve craft beer. Yay! This is an Epic IPA made by Mammoth Brewing Company in Mammoth Lakes, California. And I must make a statement before we end this video. I'm not a good bowler. I wish I was a good bowler. The last time I went bowling, I think, was in 1987, and it was in front of work colleagues, as I remember, and it wasn't pretty. So at that point, I made a declaration that I'm not going to bowl in public again. However, it seems that most, if not all, bowling situations are in public, so I just never got the chance to improve my game. Hopefully you're a better bowler than me. So, I'm off to work on my next episode. Thanks for joining me. Please like the video, click the little like button, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That just allows me to make better content for you down the road. So, as Harold S. Smith, Sr. of Harold's Club always said, I'm with you. Cheers.